Have you ever noticed that the harsh truth of the world is that when money speaks, truth goes silent, and when power speaks, even money takes 3 steps back? Justice? That's a bedtime story. The real world runs on leverage, and those who write the rules, they don't follow them. They bend them, break them, rewire them in back rooms while you chant about fairness on timelines owned by billionaires. Rules aren't sacred. They're strategic. They're shackles for the obedient and weapons for the ruthless. While average men wait for their turn, their share, their slice of the pie, their little seat at a table built by wolves, the predators of the system are already staking land, rewriting maps, and naming empires after themselves. Not with consensus, with conquest. You wait for a paycheck, they print the currency. You follow laws, they amend them. You beg for fairness, they commodify your struggle and sell it back to you as inspiration porn. And the piece of life you bled for, the hours, the hustle, the hope, that becomes a whisper, then a myth, then the burden your kids inherit, thinking sacrifice still buys salvation. It's not ambition, it's a trap disguised as progress, a multi-generational treadmill where obedience gets praised and rebellion gets punished. Still don't believe it? Open your eyes. The media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, it's digital dopamine warfare. The same people who claim to be broke and oppressed spend 8 hours a day scrolling with one leg over the other, hypnotized by filters and fake outrage. And those same people, the ones who whine about the government, about the economy, about inequality, are the first to post a tweet about injustice and forget it by breakfast. They want change, but they won't put down the phone. They want power, but they can't stop swiping. They want revolution, but only if it comes with Wi-Fi and a content warning. And the Sigma male, he sees it, he says it, he doesn't trend it, he triggers it, he doesn't wait for a stage, he makes the ground shake. Because Sigma males don't echo, they cause earthquakes. Let's rip the silence wide open. 1. He doesn't echo. Trends, he questions their purpose. The modern world thrives on mimicry, copy-paste beliefs, carbon copy causes, and slogans recycled until they rot. But the Sigma male, he doesn't just avoid trends, he dissects them like a scalpel through soft skin. While everyone posts the same hashtags and parrots the same narratives, he watches quietly. Not to join, but to expose. He sees past the emotional bait, past the virtue signals, straight into the agenda. He doesn't ask easy questions. He asks surgical ones. Who profits from this trend? Why now? What lie is being sold under the illusion of unity? His questions make people uncomfortable because they remove the mask. He doesn't attack the believer, he attacks the programming. And that makes him dangerous in a world begging for followers, not thinkers. Sigma males don't echo what's popular. They challenge what's protected. That's why they don't get invited to panels, they burn the scripts the host was paid to read. When the crowd applauds the newest movement, he's already walking away because he's seen this play before, and he refuses to be cast as another blind extra. 2. He speaks without seeking permission. Most men sit on their thoughts like prisoners, waiting for a parole board. They crave permission, applause, or a safe space before they open their mouths. Sigma males? They don't ask. They don't wait. They speak like fire alarms, not to comfort, but to wake the world up. He doesn't need a mic to be heard. His words aren't tweets, they're detonations. When a Sigma speaks, it isn't to join the conversation. It's to end the illusion. He says the things your mentors are too scared to admit, the truths that risk jobs, shake rooms, and punch through fake smiles. He speaks with purpose, not politeness, and his words don't echo in circles. They shake foundations. 3. He calls out the hidden power structures. Sigma males don't see people, they see pressure points. Behind every smiling politician, every trending narrative, every high-rise logo, he sees a flowchart of control, a map of manipulation. He doesn't care what you call it, he cares how it moves. While most get distracted by personalities, the Sigma tracks power patterns. He knows the man holding the mic isn't the one writing the script. He's not fooled by charisma, credentials, or fake transparency. He knows influence is a game, and every visible piece is a pawn for something deeper. He doesn't just call out corruption, He reverse engineers it. He exposes how language is used as a leash, how laws are designed for dependency, how media isn't information, it's sedation. And when he speaks, he doesn't gossip. He drops frameworks, blueprint bombs, the kind of truth that makes boardrooms sweat and algorithms glitch. He tells you who profits from your ignorance and why they keep you angry instead of awake. Because Sigma males aren't rebels. They're coders of control, rewriting the system from the shadows while the world dances in digital chains. 4. He offends because he refuses to lie. Truth isn't welcome in a world where comfort is currency. But Sigma males weren't built for comfort. They were forged to cut through the lies everyone else is too soft to question. He doesn't sugarcoat. He doesn't sidestep. He doesn't preface his truth with trigger warnings or apologies. His words come raw, unfiltered, and armed. Because the truth is not supposed to be pleasant, it's supposed to be powerful. He will speak what breaks friendships. He will voice what gets men blacklisted. He'll challenge sacred beliefs, social scripts, and fake empathy parades. He's not reckless, he's righteous. He's not cruel, he's calibrated. Because truth isn't supposed to keep you comfortable. It's supposed to crack your illusions open. And when everyone else plays nice to stay in the algorithm, the Sigma walks into the storm, drops the line that sets the whole room on fire, and watches who flinches. He doesn't care if it offends. He cares if it liberates. And if society needs lies to stay civil, the Sigma will gladly burn that civility to the ground. 5. He destroys victim narratives. While the world hands out gold medals for victimhood, the Sigma male shreds the participation ribbons. He doesn't bow to sob stories. He doesn't validate pity. Because pain isn't meant to be paraded, it's meant to be transformed into something lethal. He doesn't believe you're oppressed if you still use your chains as excuses. He doesn't believe you're helpless if you post about your strength while staying exactly where you are. The Sigma male sees that most people don't want healing. They want attention dressed up as suffering. He doesn't speak to coddle. He speaks to confront. He's not afraid to say the one thing nobody else will, that victimhood has become a brand, a currency, a way to avoid growth by claiming trauma as a throne. And when he does speak, people flinch, because in one line, he doesn't just kill their comfort zone, he burns the entire narrative structure they built their identity around. The Sigma doesn't care about being applauded. He cares about revealing the truth most men choke on. You're not trapped, you're addicted to sympathy. And he's here to cut off your supply. 6. He names the game that no one wants to admit exists. Most people act like life is fair, like it rewards the nice, the loyal, the patient. The Sigma calls it what it is, a leverage game. Strategy wins, visibility is weakness, emotion is currency. He'll say what your mentors were too scared to say, that no one is coming to save you, and the rules are designed to distract you while others stack power. 7. He doesn't ask questions to learn, he asks to expose. When a Sigma male asks a question, it's not curiosity, it's a test. He already knows the answer. He's watching your reaction. He'll ask what nobody in the room has the courage to bring up, then let the silence expose the cowards. He doesn't fear awkwardness. He creates it to surface the truth buried under fake smiles and fragile egos. 8. He breaks the chains of political correctness. Sigma males aren't trying to get likes. They're trying to get free. And the fastest way to do that? Speak the truth that society's too soft to say. He doesn't walk on eggshells, he stomps on them. He'll say what's statistically true, psychologically relevant, or morally necessary, even if it offends every tribe, ideology, or identity group in the room. 9. He destroys false prophets and manufactured leaders. Sigma males don't worship influencers, politicians, or philosophers for sale. He sees through the branding, the scripts, the sponsorships. He knows when someone is owned. He doesn't care how big your following is. If your voice is for sale, you're not a leader. You're a loud puppet. And the Sigma will say it. To your face. In front of the people you're trying to impress. 10. He turns pain into truth and truth into ammunition. Most men break in silence. Sigma males build in it. The heartbreaks, the betrayals, the exile. It didn't soften him. It clarified him. And that's why when he speaks, you feel it. His voice carries weight not because it's loud, but because it's been forged in suffering, sharpened in solitude, and fired through a mind that refuses to be owned. He doesn't raise his voice. He raises the stakes. On a final note, echoes fade, earthquakes remain. The Sigma male doesn't speak for applause. He speaks to reveal, disrupt, and demolish. You might not agree with him. You might try to cancel him. You might try to shut him down. But you will not forget him. Because while others are echoing trends, he's causing tectonic shifts in the way men think, move, and fight for their sovereignty. No echo, just earthquakes. And by the time you realize what he said, your world will already be rearranged.